Core Keeper is a game that came at a time in my life when I didn't know I wanted a game like it, but it was the game that I needed. Um, Core Keeper is, if you like games like Terraria, Minecraft, Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, just anything of this style and like the survival crafting, home building, just a mishmash of all of those genres together. This takes a lot of the best qualities of those games and just kind of smashes them all together in a way that works really well. So I'd like to take parts of this video. I don't want to go too in depth into Core Keeper. I think this is one of those games that should be experienced more than you should like watch it. Granted, I know not everybody has the time to play games like this, and honestly, that statement would hold up a lot more with more in-depth games. But I think Core Keeper respects the player's time in a way that a lot of new games don't. I don't feel like I have to spend 400 hours of my already busy life playing this game just to be good at it. I feel like I can jump into this and play it for an hour or two in a day and actually feel like I've gotten somewhere. Everything that you see in my world right now, this whole base. Granted, I've been playing this co-op, so it's two people's work of progress, but this is an 8-player co-op game. So if you've got someone that you would enjoy playing it with, I highly recommend it. It's $20 on Steam, so for the cost of like what, $40, you and a friend could play this. And even then, there's ways to get it on discount. It's on Game Pass. If you have a Game Pass subscription, you already have access to it. It's as simple as downloading it off of there. It's less than a gigabyte in size. Wow. In a day and age when video games are like 200 gigabytes, Core Keepers out here just like, hey, I'm on your device, but I'm not going to eat up all your storage. And it's a very well thought out game. I I always have a rule when I go into these reviews that a game should give me an hour of gameplay for every dollar I spend on it. And this is one of those games that I feel like they could have charged me more than $20 and I would have been perfectly fine with it knowing how many hours I'm going to get out of this. I will end up spending far more than 20 hours in this game, and not because the game wants me to, just because I want to. I want to play this game for a long period of time. It does have similar mechanics to, like, Terraria is the biggest one I can think of off the top of my head. It's one of the first games I remember, at least me experiencing myself, that had like persistent inventories between worlds. So like my character, this character I'm playing on right now, I can leave this world and I can join another world and still have all of the stuff I have on me. It's kind of a like, granted you'd be hard pressed to ever fully explore a map on here, but like if you ever like get bored of one world, you can just start up a new world with the same character, your same stats, and carry over equipment and like, or you can just go take resources from a fresh world and bring them back to your main one. If you're struggling to find stuff in the early game and like you can't get to a later progression part of the game, just create another world, steal the resources from it, and then like come back to your main one. I know that sounds like horrible and like out of a context situation, but like that's genuinely how the game works, and like it's beautiful because you don't feel like you're cheating by doing that. You're just getting more resources that your world can no longer produce, and it's really nice. It doesn't feel like if my world spawns bad, I don't have to start fresh. I'll always have access to the stuff that I've already worked hard for, and my crafting stations, I can pick those up and take them with me. The gear system in the game is really good. I mean, if you've played any game like this, it's going to look familiar to you. But you can have different gear setups. So, like my stats, you'll notice my health and stuff up here changing based on which set I have equipped. like you can have these different loadouts, and certain items do stay between them. I think these 3 items down here will always stay no matter what build you're running, but you can have different equipment and stuff ready to go for different situations. So like say if I wanted like my boss hunting gear, then just my exploring gear, and then my whatever gear. Granted, that's not how this is set up right now, but just as an example, the game does have a skill system, but it's similar to like RuneScape or Valheim, stuff like that. Like you gain XP for those skills, specifically those skills, by using the skills. Skyrim also did it, but like I would say that honestly this is probably a lot closer to Skyrim skills tree. So like when you level up a skill, those skills have a skill tree, and you do have to fully upgrade the previous skill in order to unlock the next one. I'm not entirely sure if you can fully unlock one of these trees. I know like if I were to go this way, then obviously I can only pick one of these 2 abilities. So if I wanted this one, I would have to go this route. But you also need 5 points to get one of these. You get a point every 5 levels, which sounds like a lot, but I have 3 or 4 hours logged on this character, and these are the stats I already have. So pretty good, honestly. Like, they do a damn good job of just respecting your time. I don't feel like I'm wasting my time playing this. I feel like I'm getting somewhere, I'm making progress, I'm making good use of my time. Like, I want to relax, I want to have fun. That's all I want out of this game. And it does all of those things very well. They're like the running skill just leveled up right there when I was walking around. I'm gonna go find some enemies real quick to kind of show you guys combat. There's different gear. You can summon in animals. Oh wait, I had my wrong gear on. Okay, so like this summoning set allows me to have 4 of my summons out, so I can have them in combat fighting for me, which summoning is honestly really strong on this. You would think mages would be the way to go, but at least early game summoning is strong. I don't know about late game. Mages might come back around. Granted, that's not to say mages aren't strong. I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea when I say that, but the game does have a hunger system, but honestly, like early game, I just grabbed these like mushrooms you find in the environment. I don't know if there's any around here. I probably already looted all of them, but oh, I didn't even know I could charge up my spells. That's cool. Yeah, so like my bats are taking out most of the enemies for me. Now, granted, these are lower level areas, so I'm dealing with a lot easier stuff. Mouse and keyboard works really good for it. I personally play with controller most of the time, but I honestly, I don't know. I like both. I've kind of gotten to that point in gaming that I don't necessarily think one is better than the other. I think it depends on your playstyle and it depends on what you're doing, really. I thankfully am blessed to be in a situation where I can kind of switch back and forth if I get bored using one or the other. But the map system is really nice as well. The issue I always have when I play games like Minecraft is like, I mean, without mods anyway. Forgive me, anybody who's in the comments is going to jump on me and say mods are a thing, but like, base Minecraft doesn't have like a mini map or something. I know there is a map, don't get me wrong, but like you do have to like scout that map out. You have to craft the map and everything, and that's fine. I'm not dogging on that system, but I do like just having a map at my fingertips. I can pull it up here. I can check where I'm at. It's just nice. I feel like I actually like I normally struggle being the person to go out and like explore new areas and stuff. I don't know why the connection cut out there, but thankfully offline recording doesn't take internet, so that's good. But the the mini map helps me feel like I can go out and explore and like not get lost. Normally I'm always scared of doing that, where I have to like leave torches, like breadcrumb trails to find my way home, and it's just a nice mechanic. But on that note, if you guys have any more questions about Core Keeper, I'd be happy to answer down in the comments. You can leave a comment with a question in it. Like I said, I don't want to make this video too in depth because I feel like Core Keeper is one of those games you should just experience. I don't want to ruin that for anyone, but I can without a doubt say if you've ever found yourself enjoying games like Stardew, Animal Crossing, Minecraft, Valheim, just any game in that genre, and the top-down aspect does not bother you, I would highly, highly recommend this. Oh, and another thing I would just like to point out real quick, you come across chasms like this, that's fine. I can just place blocks down and walk. Like, there is building. There is building. My little base up here, that wasn't my work, but like I said, I play co-op, so. But the game, I highly recommend it, and I hope this video has helped you guys out, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.